Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we are going to give you a detailed breakdown of the Bull-it SR4 Jeans available at RevZilla.com. So chances are you've seen us do a detailed breakdown of a helmet, and then we've supplemented that with different graphic overviews. Well, we're going to treat these new Bull-it jeans the same way. So this is going to be a detailed breakdown of the SR4 jeans as a whole. But before we get too far into this, first, just a comment on Bull-it. So Bull-it is a new manufacturer that we're seeing here at RevZilla. They're based out of England, and they've really seen this new trend push towards riding jeans as a way to keep yourself safe on a motorcycle, but they wanted to take a different take on that. And so they've actually used a different proprietary material called Covec. And this is going to be something different than what you've seen with traditional Kevlar riding jeans in the past. But we'll get into that just a little bit later in this video. Right now I want to start off with just some sizing recommendations for you. So Buzzsaw on my left-hand side stands at 6 foot. He weighs 215 pounds, and he typically wears his Levi's in a size 38-34. We measured his waist at 38 inches. He is wearing the size 38-34 in these Bull-it SR4 regular jeans. There's no surprises here. As long as you're going with what you would normally wear in a pair of jeans, or you're using your waist measurement, you're going to be able to get your fit pretty much right on, spot on every time. And one of the things that I like with Bull-it is that we're seeing them go with a wide variety of different sizes as well as lengths. So for the regular jeans that you're seeing in this video, sizes are going to range from 28-30 up to 46-34, and the individual lengths are available in each of the different waist sizes. So for example, if you want a pair of 28s, you can choose from 30, 32, or 34 for the length. And this is a nice plus because there's a lot of different size riders out there that either have to have pants hemmed or rolled up or extended because they're not the right length for the waist measurement. So it's really nice to see Bull-it giving the different lengths for each of the different waists. Now, as far as colors are concerned, Buzzsaw on my left-hand side is going to be wearing the slate black version. There's also going to be an ice blue version as well. And these are going to be the regular jeans, which means it has more of a straight cut to it. You can see it works very nicely down, not overly baggy, but definitely just a little bit of extra room in the pants to give you that, mobility if you want a little bit more of room when you're out there on the motorcycle. Now, when we're talking about the SR4s, this is going to be around that $150 price point, the base level for Bull-it for riding jeans. What you're getting is you will have pockets for hip armor as well as knee armor, and it is going to utilize that Covec material along the sides, down the side, in the knees, and in the butt to make sure you are protected. For the abrasion resistancy time on this one, I believe is right around 5.2 seconds. Now, you can step up to the SR6s. When you step up to the SR6s, what you get is abrasion resistancy time jumps to 6.2 seconds, or 6.26 seconds, I believe it is, and that's because it's going to utilize a thicker layer of Covec material. You're also going to get a full slip liner, and you're getting fuller coverage of where that Covec material covers your actual body. So breaking down the SR4s, like I mentioned earlier, this is going to be our detailed breakdown. So in addition to taking a look at what the regular cut is going to give you, what we really want to do now is we want to dive into what Covec material is going to give you. Unlike Kevlar, Covec is a new material that we're seeing on the scene from Bull-it, and what you're getting is a higher abrasion resistancy than what you would see with Kevlar. Now, Kevlar is going to give you a higher melting point, but one of the downfalls with Kevlar is you normally don't hold that abrasion resistance long enough to even reach that higher melting point. So while you see a lower melting point with the Covec material, the higher abrasion resistancy is almost going to win out, if you will. The other thing that Covec gives you is it's not as susceptible to bending or fatigue. So with Kevlar, it does have a tendency to wear out over time. They call it yarn-on-yarn fatigue. What we're going to see from Covec is going to have a higher resistancy to that yarn-to-yarn fatigue. Now, it's not going to be something like nylon or polyester, which is going to lead the way, but it's definitely going to be a giant step up over a traditional Kevlar. Now, that's not to say that Covec doesn't have its downfalls. One of the things you'll notice with Covec is that it's going to be slightly bulkier than Kevlar, and you're definitely going to notice it in the pants when you pull them on. It's got a slightly more of a weave feel to it, and you can feel it when you're wearing these. Now, Bull-it has done a nice job of kind of, working this around. So if you go with a more loose fit, you're not going to feel it as much. If you get into some of the slimmer fits, if you jump up to the SR6s, what they do is they give you a full slip liner in those, which just adds to the overall comfort feature. It's just nice to see someone like Bull-it just going against the grain, going against the norm by introducing a new material and really kind of pushing the boundaries of what you can expect out of a pair of riding jeans. So starting with the top and just working our way through these, you are going to see it's a traditional 5-pocket design, and you are going to work your way down. You can see the stitching, especially on this one, kind of coming into play, and that's going to be where that Covec material is going to be located on the SR4 regulars. Now there will be a pocket for knee armor on this, and overall it's a nice slim fit. You're not going to have any pop rivets on these. Depending on which finish you're looking at, you're going to see regular rivets incorporated, flat rivets, and then when you're looking at the regular jeans, this is going to be a rivetless jean for those front pockets. Buzzsaw, I'm going to have you face sideways for me for a second. And as we're taking a look down the side here, what you're going to notice, there will be pockets for hip armor on this, and then as you work your way down, you will notice it's going to be triple safety stitched on your impact zone all the way down. So if you are sliding on that seam, they go to great lengths to make sure you're not going to rip that seam open. And just a nice side profile shot of what the SR4 regulars give you. Again, that nice straight cut to this. Buzzsaw, you may face backwards for me. Starting with the top, working our way down, you will notice there is going to be a little bit of branding with that large bull's head over on the right-hand side of the jeans with that big bull's head Bull-it logo. Working your way down, you will have full Covec coverage in the seat. Now, like I said, with the SR6s, that coverage is going to work all the way around the inner thigh. With the SR4s, it will cover the seat to make sure you are protected against abrasion resistance, because traditionally, if you fall off a motorcycle and you're sliding around in your butt, that's going to be your wear-through point. And just a nice sloping look down, you can see with that straight cut, not overly baggy, again, kind of articulates down a little bit, but it gives it more room to move around so you don't feel like you're very constricted if you're out there on the motorcycle the way you would be if you're wearing a pair of skinny jeans. Buzzsaw, you may face forward for me. So there's a lot of riders out there that are beginning to move and incorporate riding jeans into their regular riding, and it's great to see a company like Bull-it come along and just give you a new material to choose from. Now there's a lot of riders out there that are using riding jeans on their motorcycles, and if you want to hear more about what they have to say, you can always click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there using Bull-it jeans on their motorcycles. If you have more questions for us, reach out to one of our gear geeks at 877-792-9455 or simply type us out an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Bull-it SR4 riding jeans. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.